All right, now afternoon, everybody. Mr. Walker back at you. Doing a couple questions from the review that you got today via Cami. Now, we're doing this review because you have a quiz tomorrow via Google Forms. And you know this information already, but I'm going to reiterate just so that maybe you weren't paying attention. So I'll tell you once again, you have to zoom in first before you get your quiz. Those who are not in the Zoom do not get the quiz, and therefore you get a missing grade for your quiz, and you don't want that because that's a 0. So zoom in with us first, and then you have to make sure that your camera is on. We want to make sure that your work is yours and that you're being honest with not only yourselves, but us as well. Okay, so I just picked out 4 problems, and I thought we would do them together. So we're going to do number 1 right on the worksheet. This is 5 minus 3x plus 4 minus 7x. Now, this is a plus, so this is an addition of polynomials. So how I'm going to start is I'm going to start by copying down exactly what I see, 5 minus 3x. And since it's plus, I don't need to change the other one at all. So I can just say plus 4. Now you got to make sure you keep all the signs with the respective numbers. So I have to do minus 7x as well. And now you start combining like terms. I'm going to start by looking for stuff that has an x in there. Well, I definitely chose green, but I don't know why it's not writing green. Oh well, we'll roll with it. So I've got a minus 3x minus 7x. Negative 3 minus 7 is negative 10. So negative 10x. Now look for stuff that doesn't have an x. So I've got a positive 5 and a positive 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. So plus 9. And that's the answer to number 1, negative 10x plus 9. All right, on to number 4 on your worksheet now. Number 4 says 6x minus 1 minus 8x plus 2. Now this is a subtraction of polynomials. So we got to do this one just a little bit differently. We're going to start by copying down what you see in the first set of parentheses, 6x minus 1. Now that minus sign tells me I need to change all of my signs in my second set of parentheses. So copy down that minus. Now I have 8x here. So I say minus 8x. I see a plus 2 in my parentheses. That minus sign tells me I need to make it minus 2. I change all of the signs. And now it's a matter of combining like terms, stuff that looks the same. I've got a positive 6 minus 8. Positive 6x minus 8x. It's a negative 2x. Now we look for stuff that doesn't have an x in it. Negative 1 minus 2. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. So negative 2x minus 3 is my answer. Now these last two are number 9 and number 10. I figured I'd do these one with you because these are going to be the hardest. Now on your quiz, I'll just let you know, one of them is going to be plus and the other one's going to be minus. I don't remember exactly which order it's going to be in, but the last two should be you have a plus and a minus. So let's see if green actually works this time. Okay, so number 9, I've got v squared plus 8v plus 2 minus 7v squared minus 1 minus 7v. Start by copying down exactly what you see in the first set of parentheses. V squared plus 8v plus 2. Now I've got to deal with that minus sign in between them. That means I need to change all of my signs in the second set of parentheses. So I see a positive 7v squared. I need to make it minus 7v squared down here. I have a negative 1 in my set of parentheses. That means I need to change it to a positive 1. I'm changing the signs. I have a negative 7v in my parentheses. That minus sign out in front of that set of parentheses tells me I need to make it plus 7v. Change the signs. Now we got a lot going on, but we just need to start looking for stuff that looks the same, combining like terms. I'm going to start by looking for stuff that has a v squared in it. So I've got a positive v squared and a minus 7v squared. Now remember, I'm going to change colors here. That's like a 1 out front. There's an invisible 1 hanging out there. So I've got 1v squared minus 7v squared. Take 1 minus 7. That gets you negative 6. And then keep your v squared there too. Negative 6v squared. Now look for stuff that has just a v in there. So I've got positive 8 plus 7. 8 plus 7, plug that into your calculator. You get 15. So plus 15v. There we go. Now you look for stuff that doesn't have any variables at all. So I've got a positive 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. Hopefully that's easy. That's 3. And that 3 is positive. And that's the answer for number 9. There we go. Now we got number 10. This one's another subtraction. We have x squared plus 8, or excuse me, x squared minus 8 plus 8x. There we go. Minus the polynomial 2 minus 2x squared plus 8x. Start by copying exactly what you see in the first set of parentheses. I see x squared minus 8 plus 8x. That minus sign tells me I need to change all of my signs. So I do minus 2 plus 2x squared minus 8x. Change all of your signs in the second set of parentheses only. Now we combine like terms. Look for stuff that looks the same. Look for stuff that has x squared first. So I've got x squared plus 2x squared. Again, that's a 1x squared. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I've got 3x squared. Now I'm going to look for stuff that has an x in there. Now, do you have to do it in this order? No, you can do it really in any order you want. So I've got a positive 8x minus 8x. Uh-oh. Maybe an alarm bell's going off in your head. These actually cancel. Plus 8 minus 8 is 0. Now we go back to looking for stuff that doesn't have a variable. I've got a negative 8 minus 2. Negative 8 minus 2, folks, is negative 10. So 3x squared minus 10. Now I get asked this a lot. Can you write it like this? 3x squared minus 0x minus 10, or 3x squared plus 0x minus 10? Certainly, you certainly could do that. That 0x just says that there are no x's there. This is the same as those two. I get asked that a lot. So if you're more comfortable writing it either one of those two ways, you certainly can. Otherwise, you can just stick with that one. So I just did a couple problems from your worksheet. You've got 6 remaining. If you've got questions, email one of us, for me, Mr. Walker, Mr. Grunsky, Mr. Vetter, or Betsy. We all can help you. So anyway, thanks for watching. We will see you later. Happy studying.